Hello YouTube, the Anime Ref here, and I am back again with another episode of Headhunted to Another World. Yes, finally, it's back. A lot of stuff had happened in recent weeks that had led me to put the series on hold, and because I was also letting the dub catch up a little bit. And now that it's almost over dub-wise, this is the perfect opportunity to get back on the show and wrap it up, you know? So last time we left off, it was the Sylphid arc and the designing the magic beast defense mechanism, and that's the last thing I remember watching. And so yeah, let's see where we're going from here. Let's see if my initial prediction is true, because I keep saying it when I look at the opening. It looks like they're going to take an arc that's later and move it forward. So that way the arc with the wyverns is going to be the end of the season. Which is weird already that the manga had it go after the wyverns, and there clearly wasn't enough build-up, so the anime is rectifying that issue. At least it looks that way so far, because Gnome already has more scenes than she got in the manga up to this point. So I'm led to believe they're building this up to be a big climax. So, let's get right on to that. Next time I'll see you will be the post-episode discussion. And cut. Okay, post-episode discussion time. Well, I was surprised at the beginning that we got the stupid fantasy sequence in his brain, in his head. Whatever that... Why are those there? That throws me off so much. They're not in the manga at all. They're in every episode, apparently. What is the point of those scenes? Like, the one for this episode felt like it was there for nothing. Just Ulmandra having another excuse to hate on Gnome. Why? What is the anime thinking? Oh yeah, we'll just make new scenes out of nowhere. And some of them will matter for the episode, and some just won't. Yeah, like, it did have meaning, because apparently Gnome was into stock markets or whatever, and it had to do with the whole, like, doing market research, which feels weird, because as a graphic designer by profession, I know a majority of this information already, just from the fact that, like, I've done research on this stuff just for the sake of talking about it. So this feels incredibly weird to be in the position where I can actually fully understand most of what he's talking about, because brand repositioning is something that I have come to know all too familiar with, because it's essentially creating a new purpose for an old item by finding a new demographic. That sounds like Transformers throughout its 40-year history. Am I wrong? Regardless, this whole episode, aside from a little at the beginning and a little at the end, the bulk of the episode was brand spanking new. Anime original. I was not ready for that. That was a complete surprise. But it was an excuse to do the episode the way they did it, and also introduce a character early by having him be involved in another conflict, unless this conflict will be the thing moving forward with that merchant guy, and not stealing the technology that they brought up at the end of the episode. Regardless, this whole episode was a blast. I don't usually do this in the actual YouTube video where I wave the flag, but this episode deserved it. It was great. I am still on the fence about Uchimura and Ulmandra getting together, because she keeps getting these notions in her head that, oh, maybe he cares about me enough, maybe he wants to marry me, and all Uchimura can be is a workaholic, and it's showing that his old really bad work habits from his previous life. Those habits die hard. I really wish he could learn that he doesn't have to push himself so hard. He has job security. The Demon Overlord has made this point many times in the past. And even partially in this episode, he is not going to lose his job if he fails. He still has that mindset of, I have to keep going. I have to keep going. I just cross my fingers, hope that Ulmandra can just speak her mind one day, tell him how she really feels, and then that way he can start thinking about it, look at her from a different perspective, maybe realize, do I love her back? So we can actually start to reciprocate feelings? That would be nice. And more scenes of her and Gnome to further prove my point that they are going to end the season with the arc that I think they are. And there's even more evidence with a random throwaway line in this episode, about the guilds controlling how food gets distributed to the wholesalers and to the individual marketplaces. If they're setting up what I think they are, about a very corrupt middleman, about the raising of prices and stuff, if they're setting that up now, they're doing that before the forts come under siege by a wyvern attack. If that's the case, then they have rearranged the story in the most excellent storytelling move possible. And I will forever be grateful if that's the case. But there's so much evidence for it, especially in the opening, where they didn't hold back spoilers from day one. I was like, you're gonna reveal that right there? First episode? You're showing us all of this first episode in the opening? I see how it is. I see how it is. Anywho, that's been this episode. Can't wait to move on to the next one. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you like to hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend, join the Patreon, and as always, I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.